Angel. Angel, where are you? I cannot see you. Angel. Saint Eugene, Santa Rosa. A church or Basilica. They're closing the Latin Mass. Angel. Angel. Okay, let's watch this video, Angel. Angel.
Document was issued, we get this from LifeSite News. The headline, Vatican orders suppression of the Latin Mass at California Diocese's Cathedral. The letter directing the cessation of the Latin Mass at the Cathedral of St. Eugene in Santa Rosa, California, was handed down by the Secretary of Divine Worship and Discipline of the Sacraments. Because of course it was. You see, that document talks all about love and accompaniment and all this other stuff. In fact, it denigrates traditional conceptions of reparation, and it makes anybody who is concerned with sins of the flesh into Jansenists. In fact, the document it takes not terribly subtle digs at traditionalists over and over again without ever mentioning us by name. So you see all how this starts to fit together with the suppression of one of the most iconic traditional masses in the state of California. Let's briefly go over this, and then we'll go to another humorous bit of irony before we start talking about the document in full. It says, the Vatican suppressed the traditional Latin Mass at the Cathedral of Santa Rosa, California, leaving parishioners to seek a new location for the Mass of the Ages. Bishop Robert Rosa of the Diocese of Santa Rosa confirmed Wednesday to LifeSite News that the Vatican directed the TLM be discontinued at the Cathedral of St. Eugene. According to Bishop Rosa, permission has been granted to relocate the Latin Mass. The details regarding when and where this will take place have yet to be determined. A source who read the letter directing the cancellation of the cathedral's TLM told LifeSite News that it was signed by Archbishop Vittorio Viola, the Secretary of Divine Worship and Discipline of the Sacraments. The letter cited by St. Ignatius, the letter cited St. Ignatius of Antioch and Sacrosanctum Concilium. That's a Vatican II document on the liturgy, which people say is what authorized the new Mass when it did no such thing, but anyway. As well as the Second Vatican Council's Constitution on the Sacred Liturgy, according to the source. The decision was announced to parishioners on Sunday, October 13th, without a definite date for the cathedral's last TLM. However, parishioner George Ziemensky told LifeSite News that the Latin Mass is expected to end there within the next 2 months or so. The news was met with great sorrow, but not unexpected, said Ziemensky, who added that there's no similar locations nearby for the Latin Mass. Santa Rosa is located about an hour north of San Francisco. So this is the Latin Mass location for a lot of people who live in San Francisco. And all you need to know as to why they did this to relocate it is to take a look at that picture. You see, you can't not, according to Traditionis Custodes, and all the rest of it, at least the implementation of it, have a traditional Latin Mass in a place where a lot of people can easily get to. Hence why all of a sudden you're seeing the authorizations for the moving of these Masses to places in the hinterlands. You'll have 2 Sundays a month of Mass on the northeast corner of a diocese, and then the other 2 Sundays it's a different location on the southwest corner of the diocese. Because the whole point is to get you and I, as traditionalists, to go back to the Latin Mass, to go back to the Novus Ordo, and realize how wonderful the whole thing is. So they make it as inconvenient as possible. Now, on top of, to add irony to this, you see, Francis has assured us that does he love him some Latin. He talks about how great the Latin language is. If you can believe it, he released this document just a couple days ago. A message of the Holy Father to the conferral of the Pontifical Academy's 2023 award to the Pontifical Academy Latinitatis, dated the 23rd, so 2 days ago. That man loves him some Latin, don't you know? To give you an idea, here is what he has to say. He says, quote, Latin is a treasure trove of knowledge and thought, a key to the classical texts that forged our world. It represents the roots of Western civilization, and in many ways, our very identity. It is a language that embraces philosophy, science, art, and politics, thus demonstrating its intrinsic value as a tool for reflection and dialogue, more necessary than ever in a world as fragmented as ours. In this regard, the prize winners offer a fresh and contemporary view of how this ancient language can still speak to us and stimulate our reflection today. Their research not only investigates the thought of the great masters of the past, but integrates their knowledge in a modern context, bringing it closer to the challenges of our times. The entrance work invites us to explore the nexus between scientific and political knowledge, under the aegis of a language with a history stretching back thousands of years. End quote. And you know, that's really funny because he loves him some Latin, but if you read the documents that came out with Traditionis Custodes, they don't want accretions in the Novus Ordo of the traditional Latin Mass. That includes a lot of use of the Latin language. So he loves him some Latin, but he doesn't want the traditional Latin Mass being widely available. And yes, there are differences between the traditional Latin Mass and your typical Sunday Mass that go well beyond the use of Latin. Many differences. There's something like 7% continuity between the two forms of the liturgy, which is remarkable if you really think any time about it. So that's what's happened this week.
Angel, okay, no more Latin Mass at Santa Rosa. Angel, okay, Angel. So next is San Francisco, huh, Angel? Okay, let's get ready, Angel. Okay, Angel. Okay, bye now. Okay, bye now. Let's talk to Father Ilo. Okay, bye. We love them.